So welcome back, or welcome. And today we're working with my model here. His name was Tiki. He's very old. He was a bear and a well-loved bear from my children's past. And we drew him yesterday in a blind contour. Here's what we came up with. And I said I was going to decorate it today or paint it today. I'm going to put Tiki aside now. He usually sits up on my desk. He was too cute for me to throw out, basically, back in the day. So he's lived in my office for a long time. So today we're going to do some painting. Now I'm going to use some watercolors here. You don't have to use watercolors. You could use anything you want and not even water soluble. You could use acrylics or water soluble crayons, watercolors, whatever. But we're going to start with watercolors. So this is my blind contour drawing from yesterday that I said looked like a balloon. Thus the title of this video, which was Imagination Leads to Creativity. So you need to use your imagination, especially when we're doing these kinds of drawings, these blind contour drawings. These are things or exercises that I always think help make us more creative for various reasons, not even just because you have to make up what you see here. And clearly you can't draw, well, if you go back to that video, I'll link it in the bottom later. You can't draw perfectly if you're not looking. So this is what we came up with, and I thought it looked like a balloon. So that's where I'm going to start today. So I have a few paintbrushes I brought, a few, who knows what I'm going to use, right? I'm going to start with the background while we're talking. How's that? Now, I wanted to show you, I have several different things here. So this is something I made. This is a paint tin, and I cut some palette paper to fit in my paint tin, several of them, so that I could mix paints when I wanted to. And this happens to be golden watercolor. And I promised myself before that I would remember to get extra paper towels because I ran out. So I'm going to start with the background. And I'm going to make my brush a little wet because I have a big area to paint. And I just want to get a little color in the background because I said this really looks to me like a balloon. So I thought, ooh, a balloon would be in the sky. So this blue, and I wanted to make like clouds in the sky. So while it's wet, I'm just going to mop up so that we could have some clouds. And if I wanted more color, I can just dip. I'm not worrying too much about it. It will dry later. It's watercolor. That's what watercolor does. But if you really wanted to see that it looks like clouds, you might want to darken up around there. I got some other color here. Not too worried about that. So we're going live here every day at 3 o'clock. If you want to join us live, that would be great, if you can. And I'm doing it Monday through Friday. I'm taking the weekends off for myself. So I'm not trying to be super perfect. I just want to get some color on here. And again, wiping up so maybe I have a cloud effect. And I'm good. So now I'm going to move on and I'm going to paint other things. So I hope you guys would join us at some point and enjoy some live with us. So I also have here these Viviva color sheets. If you've never used these before, they're very cool. They're very vivid, as they say. And I really enjoy these quite a bit. And they come in this flat kind of paper palette. So what I thought was fun was this one is metallic. So if it's a balloon, I thought, I need to have some metallics. So that's what I'm going to dip into right here. I may want to make my brush a little wet. And they're very juicy and they come alive pretty quick. But again, metallics, I kind of thought a balloon should have some metallic to it. Now this might not be the best brush. So now we have to make this up as we go because it doesn't really totally look like my bear. But what made me think of it as a balloon is this little, when I made the nose, it was way down here because I wasn't looking at my paper. And I was like, ooh, that looks like a balloon. And it's disjointed from the body. So that's where I went with it. So now I need to find a good color for the bear that would be cool as a balloon. What color do I want? I could use a gold. This says this is the color, this greenish color, which I kind of like, but it looks red to me, not... This one's lava. Let's try it. And maybe we're going to have a red, orange, gold bear. So all I'm doing is getting some color in the balloon, and hopefully when it dries it will have some metallic kind of paint to it. And I'm not worried about going outside the lines, because this is so funky, right? I mean, it doesn't even make sense, this bear. But I'm okay with it. So now I'm going to take a little tiny brush and I'm going to look for a black maybe, or a dark gray. I think this one. And if I want to use my palette to kind of make it a little more watery so it's not so dark, I could do that. So I'm just going to add, now these aren't metallic, so the eyes aren't going to be metallic. But maybe then I want to put a little nose. I want to add a little nose here. And a slight mouth. I'm going to go back to this other one because we really want to get the color in here of the sweater. So he had on a green sweater with a red heart on it. So that's what we're going to work on. And I think we're going to pick this color. Ooh, that's very, very dark green, right? I might want to add a little more water to that in my palette here, just to make it a little more translucent. So I'm going to go for the color. I want to leave his hands exposed a little bit. Maybe we think of this as a Macy's Day Parade balloon, or just a regular old balloon. I want a little more water on my brush. So if you're watching me and you're here, let me know where you guys are from, or where you're from, what you're doing today. Have you started any art of your own for today? What projects you might be working on, etc. Okay, so now there's that. Now I'm going to go back to this, and I think I'm going to paint in those little paws the same color as this. Which is this little orangey color, because that is kind of like a bear, right? That is kind of a bear color. Now you do have to make these things up as you go, because when you do blind contour, this is how it comes out. It doesn't come out perfect. And we're really okay with that. So now I wanted to find, maybe for the heart, we'll try this real ruby red here. Okay. Now, of course, I would love this to be a little more dry than it is. But I'm going to try with my pen. So this is my Uniball Vision pen that's in fine lines. And I'm going to try to do, yeah, it works, the nose a little bit. Maybe put in a dark pupil. And maybe like that. Now, I don't know if the teddy bear had eyelashes, but we're going to add them because we're using our imagination. Maybe he had some fur sticking up all over the place. Some differentiation lines there a little bit. Now his nose might be a little big, but we're okay with that. Let's make the heart a little more prominent. And I want to put in some claws into the feet and hands. And I want to make the balloon sort of tie end there. And maybe we want him to have a longer string. And there he is. So, does it look exactly like this bear? Oh, hi Donna. Nice to see you. So, does he look exactly like this bear? He does not. Not at all. But this is an exercise in fun and imagination and creativity. So I saw a balloon because of these two disjointed, the head and the body. You could make it be anything you wanted. You could fill this in any, there's no right ways or wrong ways because we're just making it up ourselves. So it doesn't have to be perfect. It's not about drawing a perfect thing. It's about creating something fun. And that's exactly what we've done here. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And I don't know, I'm not hating on it. So there you have it. I thought this is a fun way to play with our creativity and just express ourselves. Nobody ever has to see this if you're not proud of it, and that's okay, right? You would just have to take risks and do something different. I would tell you I couldn't draw a body or a bear if my life depended on it because I'm not a person who draws. But for not looking at the paper, this looks to me like maybe I could draw. I just haven't given it a chance. So maybe that's an also good exercise for that. So I hope you guys will try it. I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you tomorrow. He is a cool balloon, Donna. That's what I thought. So again, this is my interpretation. You might have a totally different one, and that's totally cool too. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll definitely see you tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Let me know if you like the lives, if I should keep going or not. And I hope you're looking for them. They are under lives on the YouTube page, on my particular YouTube page. So I'm trying to link things to them so you can find them. You can also go to the community page and find links there. Okay, everybody, take care, and I'll see you next time.